Now at 5, water woes tonight in 2 coastal Bend cities. In Beeville, officials are sounding the alarm as they enter stage 4 water restrictions. We look at what this means for those who live there. In Taft, water problems of a different sort as neighbors there are forced to boil their water. We'll tell you why and what we know so far. And tonight, peace in the Middle East as a ceasefire has been reached between Israel and Hamas. Chris 6 News at 5 starts now. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. We start tonight with news out of Beeville, where a declaration for a local state of disaster has been issued by the city. Officials citing the ongoing drought conditions and critically low lake levels at Lake Corpus Christi. Beeville, like many coastal Bend neighbors, takes raw water from Lake Corpus Christi for municipal use. Beeville has been in stage 3 of its drought contingency plan. The city held a press conference shortly after 4 p.m. Thursday announcing a move to stage 4 immediately. As part of a stage 4, city will continue to have all stage 3 rules while also banning most outdoor water use, issuing fines as well as additional water restrictions. This is a developing story, and we will have more details tonight at 6. Now, Beeville is the first city in the coastal Bend to make a declaration of this kind during this drought. So now let's turn it over to meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, who can give us more details on this severe drought. Stephanie?
Well, Claudia, it's not good. We need rain, and we've known about this. We've been talking about this for more than 3 years. And, now we're kind of getting to more of a precarious point in this drought. So let's talk about the latest update, because conveniently it's Thursday. We have the latest drought monitor. This is last week's, Thursday, October 2nd, showing that, there's a lot of color on this map, and we would really like to have no color on this map because, as you see here, the red bullseye, just including Bexar County out toward Medina County, is where we have some of the worst drought in the state. In fact, the worst drought in all of Texas, right here in Medina County in that burgundy color, exceptional drought. Now, some positives. We have chipped away at this drought over the past few weeks, but unfortunately, we're not seeing any improvements with this update today. Now, we haven't seen anything getting worse in the watershed, so at least we're treading water. Unfortunately, drought is expanding across other parts of Texas, and it just goes to show the overall pattern is not conducive to turning things in the right direction. So let's get an update on today's lake levels from our water supply. Combined capacity has dropped over the month down to 12.2%. At Lake Corpus Christi, we've seen things drop down to 14.5%, Choke Canyon down to 11.3%, and even Lake Texana, which has been doing pretty well, tends to do pretty well, that's now down to 79%. So normally we see about 3 inches of rainfall during the month of October. Unfortunately, we didn't get as much as we typically expect in September, the wettest month of the year, and now we're on a downward trend. So we'll talk about how things are looking for the long-term and short-term of our rainfall situation coming up.
All right, Steph, thank you. And there are water problems of a different sort in Taft. The city has issued a boiled water advisory for all residents and customers. Officials say the advisory was issued because of a leak in a city water tower. Any tap water used for drinking, cooking, washing, or brushing teeth must be boiled before use. Once the water is in a vigorous rolling boil, let it boil for another 2 minutes. It's not known how long the boil water advisory will be in effect. In international news, a ceasefire deal has been reached between Israel and Hamas. After days of meetings between the two sides in Egypt, the news first broke on the pause in the 2-year war last night. The first phase of the deal, which is based off a framework laid out by President Trump last week, will go into effect as soon as the Israeli government approves it, which could happen any day now. Part of the deal includes the return of hostages from both sides. Now back here in Texas, the execution of Robert Roberson has been paused once again. Texas top criminal court made the decision to pause his execution just days before he was set to become the first person in the U.S. to be put to death for a murder conviction tied to a diagnosis of shaken baby syndrome. Over the past few weeks, a group of Texas lawmakers have stepped in to help who believe that Roberson may be innocent. The prosecutors at his trial argued that he hit his 2-year-old daughter, Nikki Curtis, and violently shook her, causing severe head trauma. Roberson has always proclaimed his innocence.
Two big items are on the November Texas ballot that could directly impact safety here in Nueces County: bail reform and property taxes. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter downtown. I spoke with the DA's office to find out how things would change depending on how you vote. Let's start with bail reform. Right now, even serious felonies often qualify for bail, unless there are specific disqualifying factors. Under the proposal, judges would have to deny bail in some cases involving serious felonies, including the ones you see on your screen. One argument for the change is that it could keep violent offenders off the streets while they await trial.
Unfortunately, there have in the past and will be again times when people facing their fellow citizens' judgment go out and reoffend.
District Attorney James Granberry says it would also give their office and judges more tools to review evidence and look into past behavior, like signs of violence or patterns of risk. But he says the proposal also has a financial trade-off.
It costs the community $85 a day for everybody that's incarcerated in the Nueces County Jail. We're almost at capacity.
When the jail fills up, the county has to pay to transport people to other facilities.
We just have to be aware that when we have people in jail, it is an expense to the taxpayers to keep them there. We try to move them through the system as fast as we can.
They try to move them as fast as they can, but in the past, that was a problem. Back in March, I told you there was a shortage of prosecutors.
Now, I think we have 82 murder cases that are pending trial.
I got an update on their staffing.
We managed to hire, I think we've got 5 young lawyers that are straight out of law school.
But now they need to keep them, and that takes money.
Nobody likes paying their property taxes. I don't like paying my property taxes.
Property taxes fund county services, including the DA's office.
If you want safe streets, if you want good prosecution, if you want us to have the capacity to do the things that we need to do.
If the proposals don't pass, Granberry says they'll keep pushing with what they have.
Well, if neither passes, then it's doing what we're doing right now, just paddling a little harder.
But if they do pass, he says it could make a real difference for not just their office, but for you too.
This isn't an easy job, and so we have to pay them what they're worth. And so I guess it comes down to how bad do you want to be safe.
Early voting runs from October 20th through October 31st, with Election Day being on Tuesday, November 4th. With your Neighborhood News Downtown, I'm your Sunrise reporter, Michaela Chavez, Chris 6 News.
All right, Michaela, thank you. And some of the other ballot measures in Nueces County for the upcoming election on November 4th include the creation of a permanent technical institution infrastructure fund for schools, prohibiting the imposition of a tax on unrealized capital gains, estates, or a trust and constitutional amendment affirming that parents are the primary decision makers for their children. Now, CCIC is celebrating growth and looking ahead to the future. Superintendent Roland Hernandez took the stage at today's State of the District. Hernandez praised the district for its B rating from the Texas Education Agency, a 6-point increase from previous years. He also discussed the recent cell phone ban in classrooms and how students' academics have improved because of it.
We take our role as the city's largest employer and largest school district seriously. Our success is the community's success, and vice versa.
Hernandez also says the district has improved district-wide technology, dual enrollment, and early enrollment programs. CCIC holds more than 32,000 students, and it's considered the largest in the area. Well, in just a few minutes, the first flight from Frontier Airlines will land in Corpus Christi International Airport. It will then depart again at 6:45 p.m. Frontier's nonstop flights to Denver will be available twice a week on Thursdays and Sundays. Neighborhood News reporter Jada Jenkins will bring you more information on Corpus Christi's newest direct flight tonight at 10. A new light show is lighting up the Coastal Bend skyline. Over the past week, TxDOT has been testing 1,600 new LED lights on the New Harbor Bridge. On Monday, engineers ran through the lighting system for the first time, and drivers and nearby residents got quite the show. Videos and photos posted on social media showed a mix of red, green, and blue, giving the bridge a look some say reminded them of Christmas. TxDOT says they're hoping to have the lights ready in time for the holidays. When fully programmed, the bridge will feature 6 types of LED fixtures, all remotely controlled.
There may be a decision to have sort of a general monochromatic theme, and then special occasions would be something else, but all of those things are still to be determined.
TxDOT says the goal isn't just looks, it's long-term energy efficiency and sustainability.
State of the City. I'm Melissa Trevino in Alice, talking with the city's mayor about several issues, projects, and finances during the city's annual update to residents.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Alice. The mayor of this city stood in front of some residents to talk about growth in business, education, and future projects for the community.
This is our city. Well, we want to live in a nice place. We want to be proud of our city. And if it needs some fixing, let's do it.
I met Raquel Gonzalez at the post office. She's lived in Alice for decades. It's where she raised her family. As for city leaders, she tells me she's got little faith in them.
Our streets are in dear. I mean, they're horrible. Reynolds Street is a very used street, and it's in such bad shape.
Gonzalez tells me the place she calls home has seen better days. Two big concerns for her, she says, are the stray dog population and water restrictions. Alice Mayor Cynthia Carrasco touched on some of Gonzalez's concerns during the State of the City address on Thursday.
This is a great way of giving them a synopsis of what has occurred in the past fiscal year and what the future of this coming fiscal year, where their tax dollars are being spent.
I sat down with Mayor Carrasco before she gave her State of the City address, which she says might surprise some.
Oh, it's all positive. Because that's not a true statement. You know, we have struggled. We all know that.
The mayor says her city struggled since 2015 when the oil industry left town. But through budgeting, the city has managed to handle projects like infrastructure and parks. While there isn't one big industry, in Alice, the city mayor points out more businesses are coming to town, and city leaders hope for a better future.
Mayor Cynthia Carrasco says the city can only thrive with the help of the community. In Alice, I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter, Chris 6 News.
All right, taking a look at our traffic report. Looking okay right now from SPID. We are looking toward the coast, away from the crosstown, but things are moving smoothly at this point. So we'll take you to the maps now and show you the very latest. If you're going to be traveling along 37, looks like folks have it figured out today and we're rolling smoothly from SPID, the crosstown, and into downtown. If you're taking the bridge, no issues to point out right now. We're SPID and the crosstown interchange, just a little stop and go as things get busy, but we're looking good. We're also rolling smoothly on Saratoga for the most part, so good news there. Staples, the usual suspect, is doing okay up until about SPID, but we get really congested between Holly and Saratoga, so give yourself some extra time. As you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. Stick around. Your forecast is next. All right, a beautiful day outside. Looks like this from our CCAC camera. It's the one at Snoopy's, but we're pointed away from Snoopy's, overlooking the beautiful Laguna Madre. Just a couple of clouds out there, and really, our window for rainfall is closing. We told you that would be the case today. However, there are still some showers out there. Let's take a look at the radar and show you where they are happening, because a lot of this activity has been focused in our southern neighborhoods today, or extremely inland neighborhoods. But at this point, a lot of the stuff is starting to dial back. We may have a few more hours where these spotty showers that are moving west of 77 and eventually going to be clearing west of 281 start to wind down. But at this point, there's still some showers on either side of Freer, just to the north of town along 16 and just to the south of town along 16, but not in Freer itself. In Jim Wells County, this shower was a bit closer to Banquete. In fact, let's zoom in. It was closer to Banquete and has drifted into Jim Wells County, is about to grace kind of that county line with Clayburgh there as it's on its way toward Ben Bolt. Don't know if it's going to hold on when it gets there. These are very spotty, brief showers, and they whisk by very quickly. Our friends in Alice, by the way, gonna miss out on that one. So as we head toward the sunset time frame, the opportunity for showers will also be disappearing from the forecast for a couple of days here at best. I'll show you that 7-day forecast ahead. But as far as temperatures go, another warm, humid day across the coastal bend, but most of us have fallen into the 80s at this point. The humidity has a vice grip on us though still, and so we are continuing to feel a few degrees warmer. In the case of our coastal neighborhoods, that's middle 80s that feel like the low to middle 90s. For inland locations where that mugginess is less impactful, we've got hotter temperatures, so we kind of level the playing field. Lower 90s feeling true to form out there. All right, dew points are something we'll be watching into the weekend because we're expecting slightly drier air to move into our forecast. We're still holding strong with those oppressive 70s for dew points, so the change is not here yet, but I think as we head into tomorrow morning, you'll notice those differences. Really outside of maybe a rogue shower overnight, as we've been watching for the past couple of mornings. This is going to be a pretty quiet start for most of us. Hardly even any clouds out there. The valley may still hold on to some showers, so if you have plans to head there on Friday, something to keep in mind, but we're going to see lots of sunshine and lots of stars as we head into Friday night. So overall, not expecting really anything exciting in the forecast other than the feel of comfort as you step outside, especially as we head on into Saturday morning. That's probably going to be the most comfortable time frame for us, as well as going into Sunday and Monday morning. We'll have a little bit of a fresher feel out there, but don't really expect any taste of fall in the forecast. And unfortunately, with lower humidity, there's less water in the air, so rain isn't really part of this forecast either. Our drought throughout the Nueces River watershed is still substantial. We're looking at areas of severe, extreme, and even that exceptional drought area in Medina County. So locally, things aren't as bad, but there's still moderate drought across much of Nueces, Jim Wells, Live Oak, and Bee counties. We need some rainfall here, y'all. Unfortunately, in the 7-day forecast, I don't have any meaningful rainfall expected, so until then, we will enjoy the comfortable conditions.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Ana Conejo, your neighborhood news reporter in the Bay Area. October is Financial Exploitation Awareness Month. I spent a day learning on what it takes to spot and report financial abuse of older adults. Experts with the Texas Adult Protective Services tell Chris 6 News, abuse among the elderly involving financial exploitation is on the rise across South Texas.
Every one case of abuse and neglect that's reported, there's 22 that go unreported, and for exploitation, it's 1 in 44.
This is Marissa Back. She's one of the agency's evidence-driven investigation subject matter experts. She says there are signs that can point out your elderly loved one might be getting scammed.
So just isolating people from their regular friends and family, taking over people's accounts, maybe unusual transactions that are happening.
Back says there's one common trend.
40% of the people that we validate on are adult children, so our perpetrators are usually family members or trusted individuals.
According to stats from APS, 390,000 South Texans are over the age of 65. On Thursday, the Silver Advocate Partner Organization held a symposium to help inform providers who help the elderly and people with disabilities.
The main message is if they ever suspect a case of abuse, neglect, or exploitation, the first thing to do is report it.
A report that must be done to help protect the most vulnerable.
We aren't here to arrest anybody. That's not our position. We're not criminal investigators. We're just here to protect the vulnerable adults by implementing those services to protect them.
Need to report a suspected case of elderly abuse? You can call 1-800-252-5400. Or if it's an emergency, you can call 911. Reporting in the Bay Area, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Ana Conejo, Chris 6 News.
A weather phenomenon has arrived, according to NOAA, but what does that mean for us here in the Coastal Bend? We'll break that down when we come back.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, earlier today, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration announced the arrival of La Niña. It's a natural climate pattern marked by cooler than average water temperatures in the equatorial Pacific that causes changes in upper atmosphere patterns. Usually a La Niña winter makes the southern half of the U.S. drier than normal and can last for several months. But let's bring in the expert here, Stephanie.
We kind of told you that this was expected back in May, when we moved into what I like to call La Nada. which is that neutral phase. You're not El Nino, you're not La Nina, you're kind of in the in-between. So let me show you what that timeline looked like. We shared this in our hurricane special, and there was pretty good probability of seeing La Nina as we went into that October, November, December. That's that third from the right blue line there. And so that has kind of come to fruition. NOAA's put out their La Nina advisory, and as we mentioned, that kind of puts the jet stream in a position that keeps us drier and warmer than usual. The two words you probably didn't want me to say about this, but we'll talk more about it coming up tonight at 6.
Alrighty, Stephanie, thanks. And thank you all for tuning in. We're going to see you here tonight at 6 o'clock. Bye-bye.
Bye.